I want to show you how you can harvest worms by using my ground cover method. So my ground cover method is basically just leaving the weeds on the ground, like this here. You see the weeds here on the ground? And ultimately what it does is it provides a place for the worms to come up. So I haven't done much here. You can see it's all got ground cover in there, but I'm actually going to put more ground cover on it. But as I do it, I'm going to actually scrape aside and see what we can find. So I'm going to prop the camera up here. And it's really simple. Let me see if I can do it here with one hand. See what we find here. Here is this ground cover here. Just move the stuff. And as you do, you can actually start weeding more, right? Now, I haven't checked over here before. Now watch me not find any worms, because over on this other side, there's one worm right there. Look at that. Look at this big old worm right there. So I got my little container here where he can get away. Put him in here. Woo! Come here, boy. He's a feisty little guy. And they don't like sun. So what you want to do is keep him in the shade, somewhere in the shade. It's not used this here. So that's all. And you can start throwing up the ground cover around where you want it, right? So I can throw it up in here. Let's put this in the shade here so he doesn't overheat. This is actually this is some plant I don't want to rip up, and I just did because I'm not really paying attention. But as I just move down here, what I'm doing is just creating ground cover, right? And clearing off the ground cover as I'm looking here. See how many you can see. Let's not lose this guy either. Now, on the side, it may be a little hot now for them, but the best time to do it is after it's raining, right? Here's one right here. Right? Big boys. Look at these big boys. In Japan, this would be probably 50-cent worm. That's how much worms are in Japan. They're that expensive. Right. So I'm just going through my ground cover, and you can just start throwing it where you want it. Right. Or you can recover. Let's not lose my glove. Or you can actually just put it back to where it was and just keep one area going. You know, I haven't developed a technique for this, but so as I'm just creating, here's a worm right here. Whoa, I just dropped him. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, two of them here. Another one right here. Look at that. They're big old boys. Here's another one. They're all out here eating. I just want to show you. So here's another one. Yeah, this is more like it. Actually, part of one, but he should live. Right? I wanted to show you that this is, I'm not making this up. Right? So, and slugs are fine. I'm going to collect slugs too. We're actually going to breed these, and I want to feed the chickens. So as we, so what I'm doing is, here's a big old guy right here just sitting out there. Right? So as we move, just kind of move it over. So start like a little patch here, and I can work my way down here and just clear off and just create new ground cover behind you. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving this ground. And this is, you see this here? This is worm poop right here. All this stuff, that's good soil. That is some good poop there. So what you're also doing is you're actually, by leaving the ground cover, here's another big old boy, Run, 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 run. Look at that guy. Look at the size of those worms. You can't buy these worms this size. Right? And just move it over. So now there's even another reason why you want to leave this ground cover down, right? Because if you know, why go out and spend money on worms when you can just get them from your garden? And the other thing too is by leaving the ground cover, you're actually getting it. There's a worm right there. You know, you're actually getting them to break down the earth better because, oh, get in there. Let's throw a little, keep them a little cooler. Kick heavy worms, right? So I'm just, you know, with two hands you can go a lot faster but I'm having to hold the camera with one hand, pulling out these roots. And this is actually where this other tool comes in.